Penguin Random House Audio presents Tell Me You're Mine by Elisabeth Norebäck. Translated from the Swedish by Elizabeth Clark Vessel. Read for you by Finty Williams, Jane Collingwood, and Gabrielle Glaister. Stella. I'm lying on the floor, legs pulled up, arms around my knees. Inhale, exhale. My heart's still pounding in my ears. The pain in my stomach has turned to nausea, but at least I've stopped shaking. My name is Stella Widstrand now, not Johansson. I'm 39, not 19, and I don't get panic attacks anymore. A grey autumn light streams in. I still hear rain pouring down outside. My office at the clinic looks the same as always. Tall windows, moss-green walls. A large landscape painting and a wooden floor with a hand-woven rug on it. My old, battered desk. The armchairs in the corners just inside the door. I remember decorating this room. How carefully I chose every detail. I no longer recall why that felt so important. I always imagined that I would find her. Not that she would track me down. Maybe she was driven by curiosity, wanting to see who I am. Maybe she'd come to accuse me, so I won't ever forget. Maybe she's here for revenge. It's taken me so many years to rebuild my life, to get to where I am today. But even though I've left what happened in the past, still I've never forgotten. There are things you can't forget. I'm lying on the floor. Legs pulled up, arms around my knees. Inhale, exhale. Henrik kissed me on the cheek before he left for work this morning. I ate breakfast with Milo and dropped him off at school, then headed to Kungsholmen. Just a normal day. Fog on the windows, traffic over the Traneberg Bridge, mist hanging over the grey waters of Lake Mälaren, and no place to park when you get to the city. Her appointment was an hour before lunch. She knocked, I opened the door, and I knew immediately. We shook hands, introduced ourselves. She called herself Isabel Karlsson. Does she know her real name? I took her wet jacket, said something about the weather and asked her to come inside. Isabel smiled and sat down in one of the armchairs. She has dimples. As I usually do when I meet a patient for the first time, I asked her why she sought help. Isabel was prepared. She played her role very well and claimed she's been suffering from a sleep disorder since her father's death. She needs help dealing with grief. She said she felt lost and insecure, that she found social situations difficult. It all felt extremely practiced. Why? Why didn't she just say what she wants? There's no need to hide her real reason for coming. She's 22 now. Medium height, an hourglass figure with a narrow waist, short unpainted nails. She has no visible tattoos or piercings, not even in her ears. Her straight black hair hangs down her back. Still wet from the rain, it glistened against her pale skin, and it struck me how beautiful she is. More beautiful than I ever could have imagined. The rest of the conversation is a haze. It's difficult now to remember what I said. Something about the dynamics of group therapy, or something about communication, or how our self-image determines how we see others. Isabel Karlsson seemed to listen attentively. She tossed her hair and smiled again, but she was tense. She was on guard. At first, I felt sick to my stomach. Then came the dizziness and the pressure on my chest, making it difficult to breathe. I recognized the symptoms. I apologized and left the room, went into the bathroom in the hallway. My heart raced. A cold sweat ran down my back, and the throbbing behind my eyes sent flashes of light through my head. My stomach knotted up, and I dropped down on my knees in front of the toilet and tried to vomit. I couldn't. I sat on the floor, leaning against
Sample complete. Ready to continue?